Are your DMs exploding? Your to-do list multiplying? And yet revenue still feels stuck? In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 3 systems that allow faith-driven CEOs to scale with peace, not pressure. Hey friend, I'm Jeanette Peterson, your kingdom business coach and systems strategist. Here we live by Proverbs 24:3, by wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. If you're a busy CEO craving clarity, these 3 systems will help you breathe, build, and bless without hustling your soul into burnout. Okay, so the first one is the client onboarding system. And I love a good client onboarding system because I love to treat my clients like this is Disneyland. I don't want them to have to lift a single finger. This is a white glove experience. I don't care how much they're paying me because it doesn't matter. It's about how I'm treating my clients because I want to treat them how I want to be treated. I'm a little bit bougie. I like to be treated like a queen always. So I want to treat that same way to my clients, right? So I want my clients to feel the exact same way in every capacity they are with me. So the first thing they do is they pay the invoice. Once they pay the invoice, it kicks off the automated contract. The automated contract is based on their price point, and then they get a welcome email. Once they get the email, it's already in an automation so they can book their first call within 60 seconds of them paying their invoice. They already know exactly where to go. They already know what they need. They already know how to make their first call, and they feel like they made a good choice. There's nothing like paying an invoice and then feeling that, was this the right decision that I made? That buyer's remorse that they're feeling. I don't want that to happen to any of my clients. So then the next thing you need to do is have an SOP, right? Because we want to make sure that every client feels this Disneyland experience. No loose ends, no, where's that link? Email, none of that. Because in every email we're going to send after that, it's going to have everything they need. How to access the course materials or the community or both. How to book their calls. How to watch the replays. Anything that they need is going to be in the email in the footer so that way they don't have to lift a finger trying to figure it out. Do we all wish that they would put it on their bookmarks bar? Of course we do. But is that reality? No, it's not. They know that if they get an email from me and in the first brackets, it says the name of the program, they know that in that email, it's going to have everything that they need to know without them having to worry about or lift a finger. You know what that saves me? 3, 4, 15 hours per client. And it starts all the relationships in a place where they feel peace. They know that they're in the right place. They know that they're getting the experience that they paid for, and they know that I've got their back. System 2, spirit aligned time blocking. There are 5 CEO time zones that I want you to think about when you're blocking your calendar. Vision, revenue, development, team and systems, and flex. So when you look at your calendar, what is blocked gets done. If it's got some boundaries on it, you know it's good, okay? So all of my time is blocked. I have certain days for certain things, and I've got certain time blocks for certain things, right? On Mondays, I just vision cast. Oh, also hard block for Sabbath days. So if you're not blocking out your Sabbath, you're probably answering calls at 6 p.m. Not happening around here. You're probably listening to Voxers at 9 p.m. when you try to tuck your kids in. Also not happening. And it's not happening not because I don't love my clients, but because I need to make sure that the people I love in my household get the attention that they deserve. In our business, you're going to have revenue time. When are you doing revenue making activities? When is that? What are those times? I was in a program and the coach called it something specific, right? Where the first part of her day, she would engage with clients. She would post her stuff. She would go back in the comments. She would make sure she was talking to her Dream 100. She would do this every single day. And that was part of her revenue making machine. Development. When are we going to develop new programs? For me, I need to be outside of my desk. I need to be walking in the park with my kids because that's when God starts dropping things in my psyche or in the middle of the night. I block time in so I can go take my kids to the park because that's when I start thinking. I need that movement in my body, getting out in nature, getting out and seeing God's green earth for my mind to start developing things that God has for me. Team and systems. Team and systems for me is Monday morning. Let's talk to the team. Let's talk about all the systems that aren't working. Let's get them really refined. What do we need to do? How can we make this an even tighter, well-oiled machine so that I can serve clients to the best of my ability, to the top of my capacity without burning out, and making sure that I'm holding those boundaries according to how I am created. When your calendar worships God, your business stops worshiping chaos. When your calendar worships God and puts those boundaries in and having Sabbath and making sure that you are not burning out, your business stops worshiping chaos. No chaos zone here. This is a no chaos zone. And number 3, the evergreen content flywheel. One video that turns into 3 or more reels that also turns into a podcast and an email. Literally, I live this. This is how I do my business. I come on here, I do a live on Mondays, and it goes into and it creates reels and shorts with opus.pro, and then it goes onto the podcast, and then I repurpose the content for an email, social media posts, not even just reels. I am one woman who is doing a lot of things. I homeschool my kids. I'm a military spouse. I've got all these other things going on in my life. My business does not consume me. It is not my identity. And so because of that, I want to serve my clients to the best of my ability, but also not monopolize my time. It cannot be my life because I have a life outside my business. So then we need to create SOPs for the one who edits, schedules, and repurposes that content. And so I can show up once. I can do my podcast. I can do this thing in the middle of the night when my kids are sleeping, and then I hand it off to the other ladies that are working in my team that are phenomenal Christian ladies, so that way they can help me do the things that I'm not good at, the things that they are good at, because that is their calling, right? Back in Proverbs 24:3, we talked about wisdom builds. Understanding is established, right? Throughout. Just like we said in Proverbs earlier. If you are ready to have consistent visibility without living on Instagram Live or in the DMs, you need to do one thing. You need to go and plug these systems into your business. So what I want you to do now is I want you to download my free 7-figure systems lab, the exact framework my mastermind clients use to scale with peace. The link is in the description. What systems are you installing first? Onboarding, time blocking, or the content flywheel? Comment below so I can cheer you on and pray for your next step. Talk to you soon.